Welcome everybody, my name is Jason Kierce. Welcome to Big Love Yoga Barn, our multi-dimensional psychedelic yoga studio of love and spiritual center. Let's go check it out, come on. Yoga Barn. I was teaching yoga at Freedom Park and had grown a large enough following, and we needed to have a place to come in the fall and winter time. So Pier Pizza, right over here on Central Avenue, a bunch of friends of mine came to have some lunch one day, and I noticed the big green barn, so to speak, back here at the back of the property. And I was like, oh, I know Julie Ghazi, the owner of Pier Pizza. I'm gonna ask her if I can use this garage to teach yoga in for the winter. She's rarely ever at Pier Pizza, and quantum entanglement brings us together that very same day. She was in there while I walked up into the front door asking for her, looking for her, and I asked if we could have some yoga classes down here in the barn. She said, yeah, sure. A short time after that, I asked her if I could paint the floor of the barn a three-dimensional psychedelic imagery. And she said, fuck yeah, go for it. And then this is what happened. Kristen Stevens and I, on Christmas Day, started snapping the lines for the three-dimensional psychedelic floor that is in the barn right now today. One of the very first art installations of the Big Love Yoga Barn is the Flower of Life. It looks like it's made of a bunch of hula hoops, right? In actuality, it is 1-inch irrigation pipe, almost 300 square feet, or 300 feet of it, just rolled into hula hoop shape and then overlapped to create the Flower of Life and spray painted. So this is a piece of art, everybody. It is about 7 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall, sitting on its base down here. It's made of some thin plywood. The rounded edges right here are foam pipe insulation that has a hardened surface over the top of it. I primed everything and flow painted over the top of each side of the peace sign. It was laying on my floor in the living room, and so I would dump the paint out on there, and I would come to one edge and pick it up and then kind of just shuffle the paint around and move the paint around the sculpture, and then everything got a coat of resin over the top of it. And people are always calling, wanting to have it displayed at their event. One of the purposes of creating a giant peace sign is to create a sense of awe and inspiration. And that's what happens when people come into Big Love Yoga Barn. They get awe and inspiration from each installation, each piece of art around Big Love Yoga Barn. And piece of art is a central focus of that inspiration and love and harmony. Let's talk about electric yin yang. 42-inch diameter with perforated aluminum lining the exterior and the interior. So I took very thin pieces of plywood, turned them vertical, and created this sort of rib structure, covered it with chicken wire, and then covered it with drywall, tape, and mud to create this bubbly sort of three-dimensional effect. The yang being the convexity and the yin being the concavity. This center part right here, oh my God, it was very frustrating in getting this part right here. It took probably 3 weeks just to get this surface of the white right, because the resin kept on pooling down at the bottom, making an extra thick coat of resin in the concavity, and it just didn't look right. Of course, everything is lit with LED lights, and this is a beautiful focal point of the Big Love Yoga Barn. All right, love clusters up next. More sacred geometry. So sacred geometry is a deep theme here in Big Love Yoga Barn, the building blocks of the universe that creates our physical reality. Love clusters is the yang or male version of what the female version is of the flower of life. So this is all cardboard. And once again, we've got convexity and concavity represented here. All the duality of life and yin-yang energy all throughout the universe. And everything is an equilateral triangle with an outward taper at the bottom of each of these triangles. I ordered just regular stocks of cardboard from Amazon, and it just came in, you know, sheets like this big, and I cut it all up and taped everything together. I wanted to make them stack like Dixie cups so that I could transport everything very easily here to the Big Love Yoga Barn. So everything got stacked and then taped up with Gorilla Tape and then screwed up to the wall. And now we have love clusters. Let's talk about a toroidal energy field. We had a paint party here to paint the table one day, well, a couple days. So I created a stencil of these sweeping radiuses here, put them all around the table, flipped it over, put it the other way, and then painted it, added some glitter on one side of the toroidal energy field. And then also everything is lined with 1/4 inch black automotive pinstriping. And then there's a coat of resin over the top of it for durability. This is the ayahuasca peace tree. Prior to Big Love Yoga Barn happening, I had experienced an ayahuasca ceremony. And within that ayahuasca ceremony, I saw plant life come to life and create a motherly, nurturing, beautiful, collective feeling. And this sculpture is the representation of that ayahuasca ceremony that then in turn helped lead to the entire creation of the Big Love Yoga Barn with the motherly, loving, collective, nurturing energy that Big Love Yoga Barn has to offer anybody that comes into it.